So LVMH, as you guys know, really was the main sponsor of the last Olympics. The last Olympics was in Paris, which was really interesting. And so they had all their luxury brands front and center. We saw the likes of Berluti design the uniforms for the French Olympic team. So LVMH basically had their hands in everything and their hands involved in everything. Now, we always talk about how luxury has lost its luster, how a lot of these companies cut corners, they're using cheaper materials and whatever. And LVMH, that designed the medals, of course, has had big controversy because their medal designers have been complaining about the fact that a lot of the medals are rusting, and LVMH has actually had to redesign and replace a lot of people's medals, which is actually, it's absolutely insane. Like, so insane. Because medals are supposed to be like gold. Like, there was a point in time when medals were full gold. Of course, that's really expensive. I understand why they don't do that anymore. But there was still a time recently where the gold was, it was kind of like gold plated, part of the medals were gold. And then with this latest Olympics, they were trying to cut corners, so they made it like gold toned. There was actually no real gold on it, which is funny, like it's called a gold medal. And so yeah, a lot of them were rusting, like people are saying it even rusted during the Olympics. Like we started to see even during the Olympics there were like some serious issues, right? And so let's read this article, let's see what they say. The high-end luxury goods conglomerates that designed the Paris Olympics medals have denied any responsibility for the poor quality after more than 100 furious athletes returned their rusty gifts. LVMH, which was founded in 1987 by the merger of Moët, Hennessy and Louis Vuitton, controls around 60 subsidiaries, including the likes of Tiffany, Tag Heuer, Christian Dior, Givenchy and Bulgari. But while luxury is the order of the day for the company, they have been left in the firing line in recent weeks amid huge controversy over the quality of Olympic medals. Why do these luxury brands and conglomerates always do that? They're like, it's our subcontractors. It's our subcontractors. Do they ever take responsibility for anything? It's like the company that we subcontracted to make the medals is at fault, not us. As if they aren't the like, I work in the industry, so I call bullshit immediately because when you work with subcontractors, you give them a brief. You tell them specifically what they want. You tell them, we want our things to cost this amount to make. So whatever you do, make sure that it costs this amount to make because we don't want it to be too expensive. So if you need to cut corners here or there, then do that. That's what sometimes what the brief looks like. If you want something well made, you tell them, we only want the best gold. We want, the best, because pure gold is not actually good for a medal because you want it to last long. Gold can be a bit brittle. If something is 100% gold, you want kind of like it to be a mixture of gold and other materials. But yeah, they were like, nah, we're just going to put a minute amount of gold in it and everything else is going to be gold toned. So it's really weird when they always throw away the responsibility and they're like, that's not us. That's not us. That's the subcontractors. That's their fault, not us. We have nothing to do with that. Exactly. Pretty sure if they asked for gold-plated medals and contractors gave them cheap metal for the price, I'm sure they'd be sued into oblivion. Facts. Facts. But let's see. While Chaumet, part of LVMH, was responsible for the design of the medals, it insists neither they nor LVMH were involved beyond that. Interesting. It is understood that the responsibility for the faulty production lies with La Monnaie de Paris and the International Olympic Committee. Look at the state of these medals. Oh my gosh. This is Nigel Houston. For guys who don't know who Nigel Houston is, he's a skateboarder, a really famous skater. Look at these medals. So this is his bronze medal that has degraded. It's completely degraded. Like, what? How can a bronze medal degrade like that? I have my own medals because I used to be an athlete, as some of you might know. I have medals from when I was like 10 years old and I'm now 27 and they look exactly the same. And I never went to the Olympics. Like, the Olympics is where you would expect medals to be better made than my under 18 national competition awards and those kind of things. You would think the budget for Olympic medals would be higher. Why are my medals that I've had for 20 years, why have they seen no degrading and then Olympic medals have ended up like this in less than like a year? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's actually so insane. Let's continue reading. More than 100 furious medalists from the 2024 Games have now returned their medals just 5 months on due to significant damage and rust. Concerns over poor quality of medals handed out by Paris organisers emerged during last year's event. Yeah, that kind of odes back to what someone said in the chat, where even during the Olympics, people are having these issues. You think they're sweating acid the way these medals deteriorated. Oh my gosh, not the medals being from Temu. Oh my gosh, they look like they were excavated from an archaeological site. You know what? That's so true. That is actually so true. Maybe the price of gold went up so much the contract price was too low, so they cheated. Maybe, but I feel like the Olympics is a big enough event to where they could update the contracts and stuff like that if that was the case. But reading on, concerns over the poor quality of medals handed out by Paris organisers emerged during last year's event, with American skateboarder Nigel Houston going viral after he revealed the shocking state of the bronze he won in the French capital. Several other athletes then shared images of the rapid deterioration of their medals, including Team USA stars Nick Itkin and Ilona Maher. Two French Olympians last month became the latest to publicly complain about the state of their cherished gongs. I love that use of words. Clement Secchi and Johan Ndoye both took to social media to reveal the sorry state of their own bronze medals, which they won together in the 4x100 meter medley relay. And a report from French daily La Lettre. I'm always really bad at pronouncing French words. It could be La Lit or something weird like that, but let's just go with La Lettre. Now claims the number of athletes to have given back their medals to Paris organisers has surpassed the 100 mark. That is insane. More than 100 athletes have returned their medals to the Olympic Committee. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's insane. Not people saying it's patina aged. Wabi-sabi look. You can source some better materials for the Olympics, the biggest commercial in the world. Yeah, exactly. Siobhan says, wow, those are terrible. What a low show those Olympics were. I feel bad for people who competed. Yeah, it was bad on all fronts, to be fair. But how can, even if it was made badly, I just don't understand how it can degrade in less than a year. How could it degrade that? It's not even been a year since the Olympics and people are returning medals. I have medals from when I was 14, 15, 12. They look exactly the same. Exactly the same. Like, who made these? How can you not even make a medal that doesn't degrade? Because I'm sure the budget for the medals that I have was so tiny. So why is it that my medals aren't degrading and their medals are degrading and they have millions and millions in budgets? I don't understand that. I don't get that. Let's see. The publication also reports the management of the company who produced the medals has been sacked due to the issue. It has been claimed problems arose because of a ban on the use of a component in the medals and a lack of testing time. So if they are changing the components of the medals, why would they not test it longer? Why do they always run into issues like this, like a lack of testing time? Why? This is $1 billion event. Why would you not have enough time to test the materials? I don't get that. Is that supposed to be like their massive excuse? Like, we didn't have enough time to test the materials. So take longer then. Start earlier. Like, what the hell? Houston shared an image of the medal he won just 10 days after his event at last year's Games. He said, all right, so these Olympic medals look great when they are brand new, but after letting it sit on my skin with some sweat for a little bit, and then letting my friends wear it over the weekend, they are apparently not as high quality as you would think, he said. So these medals are made so badly that sweating degrades the medals. What kind of medal? First of all, athletes are wearing these medals. Athletes sweat because they exercise a lot and they perform at the highest levels of physical capacity. You would think the first thing they would think about is, let's make sure this material does not rub off when people sweat. You would think the first consideration would be, let's use materials that don't rub when someone sweats when they wear it, because we can imagine that athletes probably sweat a lot because they're always exercising. Like, what? That's insane. Let's continue his quote anyway. I mean, look at that thing. It's looking rough, even the front. It's starting to chip off a little. So yeah, I don't know. Olympic medals, you maybe got to step up the quality a little bit. British diver Yasmin Harper also revealed that her medal was showing signs of deterioration within a week of winning bronze with partner Scarlett Jensen in the women's 3-meter synchronized springboard diving. There's been some small bits of tarnishing, said Harper, who won Britain's first medal of the Games. I think it's water or anything that gets under metal. It's making it go a little bit discolored, but I'm not sure. The medals were designed by French luxury jeweler Chaumet and are set with a piece of iron taken from the Eiffel Tower during the renovation in the 20th century. First of all, why are they using iron from the Eiffel Tower that's literally been there for how long? Why are they doing that? They could have used, if it's about sustainability, they could have reused some of that iron to make different things, but not an Olympic medal that's going to degrade. Let's see what else they say about the materials. The Paris 2024 medals contain a silver of the Eiffel Tower as a nod to the host city, but the exact makeup of medals vary between Olympics. Gold medals are mostly made of silver with gold coating. Bronze medals are usually made of a mix of copper, zinc, and tin. Yeah, like I said earlier, the gold medals these days are normally like plated. They're like gold plated. So yeah, let's see. Bronze naturally oxidizes when exposed to air and moisture. How quickly bronze degrades depends on the proportion of metals in the alloy, although cheaper metals often quicken the process. The International Olympic Committee told Mail Sport, the organizing committee of the Olympic Games Paris 2024 is working closely with the Monnaie de Paris, the institution tasked with the production and quality control of the medals, in order to appraise any issues with medals to understand the circumstances and cause of any damage. Damaged medals will systematically be replaced by the Monnaie de Paris and engraved in an identical way to the originals. The process to provide any replacement should start in the coming weeks in a process managed by Paris 2024 and Monnaie de Paris, together with the National Olympic Committees of the athletes concerned. Paris 2024 is in contact with the relevant National Olympic Committees. So yeah, very interesting story. I mean, if you needed any more proof that these companies are cutting corners, there you go. There you go. But it's just like, why do they always cut corners like that? Because now that they've cut corners, and this is the funny thing about cutting corners, they were probably trying to save money. Now they're going to spend twice as much money having to replace everyone's medals. So if you just did it the right way the first time, you would save all the money having to now actually make good quality medals the second time and spend double the money, if not more. It's so stupid. The next Olympics are going to use gold leaf for their medals. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't make any sense. And they're scapegoating, obviously, the company that they subcontracted to make the stuff. But anyone that works in these kind of industries knows that at the end of the day, you have the brief. You are the people that brief the company on exactly how things should look and the materials that should be used. So you can't then turn around and be like, it's the subcontractors, it's not our fault. You can't do that. They always throw their subcontractors under the bus. I hate that stuff. Who works out wearing a medal? No one works out wearing a medal, but athletes normally, like, for example, I only know this because like I know, like, even my uncle was an Olympic athlete. He would, like, exercise, you know, have training, still be sweating. People, and everyone's like, oh my God, I want to see your medal. Oh my God, I want to see your medal. Because my uncle he never won an Olympic medal. He was an Olympic athlete, but he won a Commonwealth medal. I think he won gold at the Commonwealth Games once. And everyone was like, oh my God, we want to see your medal. We want to see your medal. So he would sweat on it. Everyone else's sweaty hands would go on his medal. Like, everyone's sweaty. Everyone's sweat just going on his medal. So there's a lot of sweat that goes on medals. And obviously, when athletes first win their medals, they're going to sweat on the medals because they just, like, won. So that's why a lot of the athletes, even in the article, are complaining about the fact that they literally just had their medals in their hands while they were sweating, and it was degrading.